When something's on the calendar in Cornerstone and you register for it, you'll automatically get your Flex credit after you attend. When an activity is not on the training calendar, you'll need to fill out the external training form so you can get your Flex. This used to be called conference requests and IPPs in PD Reporter. Some examples of external trainings include attending a conference, publishing a scholarly article, or being a student club advisor. So even though Cornerstone refers to these as external trainings, as you can see, they don't have to be actual trainings and they don't necessarily have to take place off campus. Here's how you submit the form. First, you need to go to your transcript. You can get there from the welcome page by coming down to the inbox area and clicking on the link for View Transcript, or you can hover over the Learning tab in the nav bar and select My Transcript. And by the way, I had to film this one in my account, so your nav bar is going to look slightly different. On the right-hand side of the transcript page, you'll see a very not obvious button with 3 dots. Click on that button, and from the drop-down menu that appears, select Add External Training. In the instructions area of the form, there's a link to the updated Flex matrix. The Faculty Development Committee recently voted to simplify the Flex categories. Now there are just 3: faculty/instructional improvement, student improvement, and institutional improvement. The chart contains examples of activities that might fall under each of the categories. I'm going to close this extra tab so that I'm back in Cornerstone. On the form, first, please leave the language selected as English. Then go ahead and fill in the title of the event's description, and under institution, you'll put where it took place. So, for example, if you are a student club advisor or you helped out at college night, the institution would be El Camino. If you went to a conference, it might be the Anaheim Sheraton. Here's some example info so that I'll be able to submit the form in the video. Next, you can click on the calendar symbols to bring up a clickable calendar where you select the training dates. If it was just a one-day event, the start date and end date would be the same day. Now let's talk about the training hours and Flex requested fields. I find it easier to start with training hours. This is the amount of time you spent learning at an event. So if a conference was 9 hours long, for example, but half an hour of that was for lunch, I would put 8 hours and 30 minutes because we can't award Flex for the time spent eating. Now when it comes to Flex hours requested, the maximum amount of Flex that faculty can get for any one day is 6 hours. So even though I was at this one-day conference for over 8 hours, the maximum I can get is 6 hours of Flex for that whole day. If it was a 2-day conference, the maximum I could get is 12. In the next section for ECC Flex activity categories, select the category that applies to your Flex request. If you're not sure which category you should select, you can refer to the Professional Development Categories and Approved Flex Credit Activities list, aka the Flex Matrix. Again, there's the link at the top in the instructions. And don't worry, if you click on it, it opens up in a separate tab, so you won't lose any of the work you just did on the form. Let's head back down. So in the next box, you write a few sentences about why this specific event qualifies for Flex credit. We tried to get the categories listed in the instructions here to match the categories in the drop-down menu, but unfortunately the wording for this text box comes straight from the Chancellor's office, so we can't change it. So again, for this box here, you're just going to write the justification for how the activity you did fits in the category you selected in the question above. So, in a nutshell, why it should count for Flex. Then there's the attachments area. Even if you already know how to attach a document, please don't stop the video at this point because there's actually one last step after you submit the form. Okay, this is where you'll attach your documents, such as a screenshot of your registration, your confirmation email, ticket, certificate that you earned, a photo of your name badge, etc. Just click on the Select a File button and browse your computer for the first file you want to upload. After you select it, click Open, and you'll see that the file has been attached to this form. To upload the next file, just click on the Select a File button again and rinse and repeat until you've uploaded all your documents. It should let you upload a bunch. And yes, as of this point in time, unfortunately, Cornerstone makes you upload them one by one. Then you'll click the Submit button, and then there's one last step. You'll be taken back to your transcript page, where you'll see that the activity you just added is now on your list of trainings. The button to the right of it will say Mark Complete. Go ahead and click on that Mark Complete button. The screen will refresh, and then you'll see that the status is now Pending Completion Approval. Once the activity is approved, it'll be added to your Flex Hours summary.